not encouraging or advising anyone to modify their firearms. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Hey, what's up everyone? I recently posted a video about improving the Semi-auto MP5 trigger. Link is in the description. In that video, I mentioned that I made some modifications to the safety selector components to make it easier to actuate. Someone commented and wanted to see the modifications I made. That's what I'll show in this video. This will only apply to the ambidextrous safety selector trigger packs. Let's get into it. These components determine the safety selector action in these Ambi trigger packs, and they are the left side selector lever, the selector lever catch, and the catch lever spring. I've already made the modifications to these components, but I'll show and explain what I did and why. Let's start with the left side selector lever. You can see it has these two notches here with a little peak in the center of them. This part of the selector catch lever, which I'll call like the pawl or hook, engages with these notches like this. Between safe and fire, the catch pawl pops over this bump between the two notches. I have modified the profile of this peak and polished it. This makes it so the catch lever doesn't have to move up and down as far, and there's less friction as it does. The notches in the safety selector look like this. I took this square peak in the center, I cut it lower and made the top of it a smooth radius. I did this with a small fine grinding stone in my Dremel and a fine file. Then I polished the two sides and up over the top of it, just like that. I modified the profile and polished this protrusion, what I'm calling the pawl or the hook, on this selector catch lever. I also smoothed and polished this area right here where it grabs the spring leg. The pawl or the hook kind of looks like this, unmodified. I modified the profile of it like this, with a fine grinding bit in my Dremel tool. I made sure that this whole area over the top and down here was smooth. This part is stamped out of steel, so there was some rough edges around the sides of it. And then I polished from here all the way up over the top and down this side. The last component is the spring. It lives on this pin back here. This leg of it rests on, some feature inside the trigger pack, and this leg goes under the hook at the back of the selector catch lever. You can see how that spring moves as I pivot the selector catch lever. This spring compresses like this as the selector catch lever moves up over the peak in the safety selector. I bent one of the legs this way, so that reduces preload on the spring when it's installed and therefore exerts less force on the catch lever as it pivots. This is a symmetrical spring. You can bend either leg, but I would only bend one. And when you install this, I would make the bent leg be the static leg that's on the opposite side and not in contact with the catch lever. Bending springs in this manner may reduce spring life. HK Parts offers replacement springs for about 13 bucks. Bending this spring has also made removing the safety selector from the trigger pack easier. This right here is the top of the selector catch lever, and it's pushed down to release that hook from the notches in the selector so it can be pivoted rearward and taken out. All these modifications together have made the safety selector much easier to actuate. It probably takes half the force that it did, but I still have confidence in the safety action. It still feels positive and stays in place. These extended levers make a big difference too. I have large hands and long fingers, and it was still difficult for me to reach and actuate the short one with my thumb. I hope this was helpful to some of you. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.